Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is one of the most influential personal finance books ever written. It contrasts two different mindsets toward money, one from Kiyosaki's biological father, Poor Dad, who followed traditional financial wisdom, and the other from his mentor, Rich Dad, who built wealth through entrepreneurship and investing. The book challenges conventional beliefs about money, education, and financial independence. Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two father figures. His own dad, a highly educated man who struggled financially, and his best friend's father, a wealthy businessman who understood how money works. Through their contrasting philosophies, Kiyosaki learned that financial success is not about earning a high salary, but about acquiring assets that generate income. The book teaches financial literacy, emphasizing the importance of understanding money beyond what traditional education provides. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. One of the most striking lessons in the book is that the rich do not work for money. They make money work for them. Poor Dad believed in job security, working hard, and earning a stable salary. Rich Dad, on the other hand, taught Kiyosaki that relying solely on a paycheck keeps people trapped in a cycle of financial dependency. Instead of working for money, wealthy individuals invest in assets that generate passive income, such as businesses, stocks, and real estate. Lesson 2. Financial education is key. Kiyosaki argues that schools do not teach financial literacy, leaving most people financially illiterate. Poor Dad emphasized academic excellence, believing that a good education would lead to a secure job. Rich Dad, however, taught Kiyosaki that understanding money, how to invest, manage debt, and leverage opportunities is far more important than formal education. The book stresses that financial intelligence is what separates the wealthy from the poor. Lesson 3. Buy assets, not liabilities. A fundamental principle in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the distinction between assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket, e.g., rental properties, stocks, businesses. Liabilities take money out of your pocket, e.g., mortgages, car loans, excessive expenses. Poor Dad considered his house an asset, but Rich Dad argued that a house is a liability unless it generates income. Kiyosaki advises readers to focus on acquiring income-generating assets rather than accumulating liabilities disguised as investments. Lesson 4. The importance of entrepreneurship. Rich Dad encouraged Kiyosaki to mind his own business, meaning he should build his own sources of income rather than rely on an employer. The book advocates for entrepreneurship, explaining that owning a business or investing wisely provides financial freedom. Kiyosaki warns against the rat race, where people work tirelessly for salaries but never achieve financial independence. Lesson 5. Work to learn, not for money. Kiyosaki advises young people to work to gain skills, not just to earn a paycheck. He shares his own experience of working for free under Rich Dad, learning valuable lessons about business, investing, and negotiation. He argues that financial success comes from acquiring knowledge in areas like sales, marketing, and investing, rather than simply climbing the corporate ladder. Lesson 6. The power of passive income. One of the biggest takeaways from the book is the importance of passive income, money earned without actively working for it. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that Financial freedom comes from building income streams that continue to generate money even when he is not working. This includes investments in real estate, stocks, and businesses that operate independently. Lesson 7. Taxes and the wealthy. Kiyosaki explains that the rich legally pay fewer taxes than the poor and middle class because they understand tax laws and use them to their advantage. Wealthy individuals invest in assets that provide tax benefits, such as real estate and businesses, while employees are taxed heavily on their salaries. The book encourages readers to learn about tax strategies to maximize wealth. Lesson 8. Overcoming fear and taking risks. Fear of failure keeps many people from achieving financial success. Poor Dad believed in job security and avoiding risks, while Rich Dad encouraged Kiyosaki to take calculated risks and embrace failure as a learning opportunity. The book emphasizes that financial success requires courage, persistence, and a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. Lesson 9. Giving back and generosity. Despite focusing on wealth building, Kiyosaki stresses the importance of giving back. He believes that generosity and helping others create a positive cycle of wealth and abundance. Rich Dad taught him that money should be used to improve lives, not just accumulate wealth for personal gain. Rich Dad, Poor Dad challenges traditional financial beliefs and encourages readers to rethink their approach to money. Kiyosaki's lessons emphasize financial education, entrepreneurship, asset building, and passive income as the keys to wealth. The book inspires individuals to take control of their financial future rather than relying on employers or government systems.